This is a voice message to our ex CM Maharashtra, Prithviraj Chavan, uh, who has commented on that we lost the first day of the Operation Sindoor war, right? And our plane uh, didn't flown for 2 days. So I don't know a educated person like you who has done mechanical engineer from HITS Pilani and Barclays. So how could you say such insensitive statement that will obviously impact the morale of our armed forces? I should expect that from Rikshawala, Panwala. Why should I expect that from you? Obviously, we will do politics, but not at the cost of national security. Let me give an analogy, right? Suppose you are sitting in your home with your family and a Russell Viper, one of the most poisonous snake, trespassed into your house, and then you realize and you have two objectives in mind. I have to save my family, or you have to save your family, and you have to kill that Russell Viper, right? Now you took a iron rod, you hit that Russell Viper with the rod, but it got injured and it hid itself into a pit, small pit or small inaccessible area of your room. You have only two things to do. I will, you will you just bend the iron rod to access that point, and you can create a bait to bring that Russell Viper out of the pit. You did that, and you hit that again until it was killed. The same analogy, if I ask you that did you lose the war or did you lose that entire battle because the first attempt you couldn't kill that snake? So should I say that? But your objective is fulfilled, right? You saved your family, you killed that Russell Viper. So same analogy I should draw. So when on the first night when we flown our Rafale and Su-30 MKI, we hit their nine terror site, and while we are returning, one of our MiG-29 was hit by their PL-15, and the one Rafale was crashed due to hydraulic failure. Now these were the all our pilots were saved. So just like your family, two assets got destroyed, right? Just like your iron rod and the bed. So we know this collateral damage before taking that operation. We know that collateral damage, and we know that I cannot, or the armed or the air force cannot strike their military base. They cannot engage on that operation. So they have to strike the sites, nine sites, and come back and land in our airbase. Not engage, not engage. That is the military protocol. Not that is not a constant given by the government. That is the military protocol. Because if we do that, if we engage their aircraft, Pakistan will take that and will escalate. They will dominate the escalation ladder, and the entire propaganda that India has hit our military bases and not the terrorist side. So I have to ground the plane, and then next day I can take a second operation. That's a separate issue. But I have to ground the plane and not engage. So that is not a loss of a war. That's a strategy, part of the strategy. That's number one. Number two, you said that our planes didn't flown for 2 days. Yes, you are right. Why? You have to understand why. Because we have to jam their entire air as well as ground assets. What they were doing, what was unknown to us. China has provided them with PL-15. Pakistan has smuggled PL-15. We were in opinion that they were having PL-15E with lower range, but they have given PL-15. It was smuggled. That's number one. Number two, their entire Chinese was providing the direct feeds to their AWACS and their fighter JF-17 and JC-10. See, so they were getting all the Chinese real-time Chinese satellite feeds to their ground station and also air assets. So that's one number two problem. It was unknown to us. Number three, sub, which is the Gripen, which makes the Gripen, right? sub-AWACS air asset was getting direct feed from uh, Chinese satellite. How the hell we can understand that there's a European country which has given all the radar access to Chinese? So these were the three unknown things, and that those three were the tactical mistakes, and that Sirius actually accepted that. Now, what we have done that after 2 days, that those 2 days you are talking about, we have not uh, grounded our plane because we are scared. What we did, we actually flown all other assets like our kamikaze drones, our loitering ammunition to get all the radiation as well as Bansi uh, and our Abhyas. We got all the points where they're radiating. We got all the frequency with which they're radiating. AVAX, JF17, J10C, F16, their satellite. So we got all the frequency. We have to now what we have to do. We have to put those frequencies in our electronic warfare suite, Spectra, and also other suite, so that when we do the jamming, we know exactly the hopping frequency. What are those hopping frequency AVAX are using? What are the hopping frequency that or the encryption data Chinese satellites are using? So we have to know that. We have to know before and configure our system. It takes time. It took 2 days. 2 days, and 2 days is very. I mean, that's a very difficult thing they have achieved in 2 days. I will say that's a brilliant. And then we have done everything. We jammed their satellite. We jammed their AVAX. We killed their AVAX. We killed. I will tell you, we killed around in year. We have killed around two F16, 4 to 5 J17, and one J10C. We have killed, and obviously AVAX, one AVAX on air or in air, whatever. So I don't know, because if these statements you make, uh, it's fine for optics, it's fine for political optics, but what do we gain at the day end, right? It's a national security. If I can understand the common person, why you cannot? You had served extensively as a CN. So same thing. I am taking that analogy. I'm trying to draw that with this war. So what all the objectives have been met on the day one. So why India has won? India has won that every day. India has won. Each and every day India has won. Day two, we have destroyed their entire air defense assets, including HQ9. So if you count every day, we have won every day. So there is no question of, it's a brilliant performance. It's a brilliant performance. If you want, I'm giving you the agenda. If you want to corner government, the corner BJP political party, you should ask them why still our squadron strength is not 42 sanction strength. In next 3 to 4 years, we'll go down to 29, where we have 3.5 front war. China, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Turkey. At least we should have 60 squadrons. I mean, this MRFA deal is going for 20 years, ages. We got only 36 Rafales. What about the air tankers? There's a lot of 6 air tankers we need immediately. We need 6 AVAX. If I have to consider the entire Indian geography, we have to do a surveillance. We need 12 AVAX. Right now we are 6. So you should ask pertinent question. Where is our generation 5 fighter jet? Why we have only 2 aircraft carrier? So there are many questions we should ask the government, why these are getting delayed. Procurement delay every day, everything we are getting delayed, right? Not at the expense of downing the morale of armed force. If you think government is dragging armed force and politicizing, do that in their coin. Don't drag armed force. Take that in the same yardstick. Thank you for watching. I will expect that, like you, like respected people like you, no one should down the morale of armed forces. That's a humble request from my side. Thank you.